Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. Before we begin, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. And if you have your own morning habits or struggles, tell us in the comments. Today, we're talking about a question many people ask themselves. Why is it so hard to wake up early?
Yes, this is a very common struggle. Many people set an alarm with good intentions the night before. They imagine waking up early, starting the day calmly, maybe exercising or reading. But when the alarm rings in the morning, the plan suddenly feels much less attractive.
I think everyone knows that moment. The alarm rings, and for a few seconds, you remember your plan. Then the brain quickly starts negotiating. Maybe just 5 more minutes.
And those 5 minutes often become 15 or 20. The snooze button becomes very tempting. The bed feels comfortable, the room is quiet, and the body wants more sleep. Discipline becomes much harder in that moment.
Part of the problem might be the sleep cycle itself. Our bodies follow natural rhythms during the night. If the alarm interrupts a deeper stage of sleep, waking up feels extremely difficult. The brain is not ready yet.
Lifestyle habits also play a role. If someone sleeps very late, waking up early becomes almost impossible. The body simply has not had enough time to recover. Sleep quantity and timing matter a lot.
That's interesting, because society often praises early mornings. Many productivity books say successful people wake up very early, but not everyone has the same natural rhythm. Some people feel more energetic later in the day.
Which raises a fascinating question. Are early risers simply more disciplined? Or do some people naturally have different biological rhythms? The answer might be a mix of both.
The idea of morning people and night people is very interesting. Some people naturally wake up early with energy. They feel productive in the morning and often become tired earlier in the evening. Others experience the opposite pattern.
Yes, and science actually has a name for this difference. It's related to something called a chronotype. A chronotype describes the natural rhythm of a person's sleep and energy during the day. Some people are naturally early types, while others are naturally late types.
That explains why some people feel alert at 6 in the morning. For them, waking up early doesn't feel like a struggle. Their body simply follows that rhythm. The energy appears naturally.
Meanwhile, night-oriented people often feel more creative or focused later in the day. Their energy rises in the afternoon or evening. Forcing those individuals to wake up extremely early can feel very difficult. It goes against their natural rhythm.
That's interesting, because society often favors morning schedules. Schools and workplaces usually start early in the day. People who naturally wake up later may feel constantly tired, not because they are lazy, but because their rhythm is different.
Exactly. Researchers sometimes call this a social jet lag. It happens when a person's natural sleep rhythm conflicts with their daily schedule. The body feels like it is constantly adjusting to the wrong time zone.
Which suggests waking up early is not only about discipline. Biology also plays a role. Habits matter, but the body's internal clock matters too. Understanding that difference can reduce unnecessary guilt.
And perhaps the real goal is balance. Instead of forcing everyone into the same schedule, people might work best when their routines align with their natural rhythms. Productivity may increase when biology and routine cooperate.
Even though biology plays a role, habits still matter a lot. The body can slowly adapt to routines over time. If someone wakes up at the same hour every day, the internal clock begins to adjust. The morning eventually feels more natural.
Yes, consistency is one of the strongest signals for the body's clock. When sleep and wake times change every day, the rhythm becomes confused. But when the schedule stays stable, the brain learns the pattern. Over time, waking up becomes easier.
Evening habits are also important. Many people try to wake up earlier without changing their nighttime routine. They stay awake late with screens, conversations, or work. Then the alarm interrupts sleep too early.
Exactly. Sleep is not only about the morning alarm. It begins with what we do in the evening. Reducing bright screens and relaxing before bed can help the body prepare for sleep.
I've noticed that light makes a big difference. When someone wakes up and sees natural light quickly, the brain receives a signal that the day has started. That signal helps reset the internal clock.
Yes, sunlight is a powerful regulator of the sleep cycle. Morning light helps the brain produce alertness hormones. At night, darkness helps the body prepare for rest. The rhythm of light and darkness guides the sleep system.
That means building a morning habit is really a full lifestyle adjustment. Consistent sleep time, morning light, and stable routines work together. Gradual changes often work better than sudden drastic changes. The body needs time to adapt.
And once the routine stabilizes, something interesting happens. Many people start waking up naturally before the alarm. The internal clock begins anticipating the new schedule. Discipline slowly transforms into habit.
Even if someone understands sleep science and habits, there is another factor that influences waking up early. Work schedules often determine when people must start their day. Many offices, schools, and institutions begin early in the morning. That structure pushes millions of people into the same routine.
Yes, and that schedule does not always match individual sleep rhythms. Some people naturally feel alert at 8 in the morning. Others may only reach full mental clarity later in the day. But the workday usually begins at the same time for everyone.
That can create tension between biology and obligation. Someone might be naturally more productive in the evening, yet they must wake up early to follow the social schedule. Over time, that mismatch can cause constant fatigue.
Researchers sometimes call this social jet lag. It's similar to traveling across time zones. The body's internal clock wants one schedule, while the external schedule demands another.
That might explain why many people feel extremely tired during weekday mornings, but when the weekend arrives, they naturally sleep later. Their body tries to return to its preferred rhythm. The pattern repeats every week.
Interestingly, some companies are starting to question strict morning schedules. Flexible work hours are becoming more common in certain industries. Employees sometimes choose the hours when they feel most productive. That flexibility can improve both energy and efficiency.
But many professions still require fixed starting times. Schools, hospitals, transportation systems, and many offices depend on synchronized schedules. Society functions partly because people begin work at similar times. Changing that structure is not easy.
Which creates an interesting dilemma. The modern world values productivity and efficiency, yet not everyone's biological rhythm fits the same schedule. Finding a balance between structure and flexibility is a complex challenge.
There is a very popular belief that waking up early leads to success. Many productivity books and motivational speakers repeat this idea. They often describe successful entrepreneurs who start their day at 5 in the morning. The message sounds very convincing.
Yes, the early riser image has become almost symbolic. People imagine disciplined individuals beginning their day before sunrise, exercising, planning their goals, and working while the world is still quiet. That image creates a powerful story about success.
But the reality might be more complex. Waking up early alone does not automatically create productivity. What matters more is how people use their time and energy. A tired early morning may not produce good work.
Exactly. Productivity depends on focus, energy, and clarity of thinking. For some individuals, those qualities appear early in the morning. For others, they appear later in the day.
That means success is not necessarily about the clock. It's about working during the hours when the brain performs best. Some people think clearly at sunrise. Others do their best thinking in the evening.
Historical examples support that idea. Some famous writers, scientists, and artists preferred late-night work. Their creativity appeared when the world became quiet at night. Their success did not depend on early mornings.
The myth probably comes from the benefits of quiet mornings. Early hours often contain fewer interruptions. Emails, messages, and meetings have not yet started. That silence can create a productive environment.
So perhaps the real advantage is not the time itself. It is the quality of attention available during that time. Whether it happens at 6 in the morning or 10 at night, focused hours often produce the best work.
If early mornings are not the only productive time, it makes sense to ask another question. Why do some people think more clearly at night? Many writers, designers, and programmers say their best ideas appear late in the evening. Something about nighttime seems to change the mental atmosphere.
One reason might be the environment. Late at night, the world becomes quieter. Fewer emails arrive, fewer messages appear, and the phone usually stops ringing. That silence can help the brain focus deeply.
The reduction of social interruptions can be powerful. During the day, we constantly react to other people. Meetings, conversations, notifications, responsibilities. At night, those external demands become weaker.
Another factor might be psychological. At night, many people feel less pressure to perform. The formal structure of the workday disappears. The mind becomes more relaxed and creative.
That relaxed state may encourage deeper thinking. When the brain is not rushing between tasks, it can explore ideas more slowly and freely. Creativity sometimes appears in those quiet moments.
Interestingly, some researchers suggest the brain filters information differently at night. Mental control becomes slightly weaker when we feel tired. That might sound negative, but it can actually allow unusual ideas to appear.
So the brain may become more open to unexpected connections. Logical control decreases slightly, and creative associations become easier. That could explain why some people solve problems late at night.
Of course, this pattern does not work for everyone. Some people become too tired to concentrate at night. Their brain performs much better earlier in the day. Again, individual rhythms matter.
Which brings us back to an important idea. Productivity might not depend on one universal schedule. It may depend on understanding when our own mind works best. Morning or night? When we talk about productivity, many people immediately think about time. They focus on schedules, calendars, and how many hours they work. But productivity may depend even more on energy than on time itself. 2 hours with strong focus can sometimes produce more work than 6 tired hours.
Yes, mental energy rises and falls during the day. Our brains do not operate at the same level from morning to night. There are natural cycles of alertness and fatigue. Understanding those cycles can change how we organize our work.
Many people experience a peak of concentration at certain hours. For some individuals, it happens in the morning. For others, it appears in the late afternoon or evening. Those moments are often the best time for difficult tasks.
Meanwhile, lower energy periods also exist during the day. After long meetings or heavy mental effort, the brain needs recovery. During those times, it may be better to do simpler activities: emails, organization, or routine tasks.
That approach is sometimes called energy management. Instead of forcing the brain to perform constantly at maximum level, people align different types of work with different energy states. High energy for deep thinking, lower energy for lighter work.
Sleep quality also affects those cycles strongly. If someone sleeps poorly, their mental energy decreases the next day. Focus becomes weaker and decision-making becomes slower. Good sleep protects cognitive performance.
Breaks also help restore mental energy. Short pauses during the day allow the brain to reset. Walking, stretching, or stepping away from screens can refresh attention. After the break, concentration often improves.
So productivity may not be about forcing constant effort. It may be about understanding the rhythm of the mind. When people work with their natural energy cycles, focus becomes stronger and work feels less exhausting.
If we want to understand why waking up early can feel so difficult, we also need to understand what happens during sleep itself. Sleep is not a single, continuous state. Throughout the night, the brain moves through several stages of activity. These stages form what scientists call sleep cycles.
Yes, and each sleep cycle usually lasts about 90 minutes. During the night, the brain repeats these cycles several times. Each cycle includes lighter sleep, deeper sleep, and a stage called REM sleep. Every stage serves a different purpose for the body and mind.
Deep sleep is especially important for physical recovery. During that stage, the body repairs tissues and restores energy. Hormones that support growth and recovery are released. The body essentially performs maintenance work.
REM sleep is different. The brain becomes surprisingly active during this stage. It processes memories, emotions, and information from the day. That is also the stage when most vivid dreams appear.
This explains why waking up at certain moments feels so unpleasant. If the alarm interrupts deep sleep, the brain is still in a very slow state. That is why people feel confused and extremely tired.
Scientists sometimes call that feeling sleep inertia. It's the mental fog that appears right after waking from deep sleep. Reaction time becomes slower, and concentration is weak. The brain needs time to fully activate.
Timing, therefore, becomes important. When people wake near the end of a sleep cycle, the brain is already moving toward a lighter stage. Waking up feels much easier.
That's why consistent sleep schedules help so much. When the body sleeps and wakes at similar times each day, the brain begins predicting those moments. The internal clock starts preparing the body to wake up.
Which shows that sleep is not passive rest. The brain is actually performing complex processes all night. Recovery, memory formation, emotional regulation, all of those depend on healthy sleep cycles. After discussing biology, habits, and sleep science, it might be useful to talk about practical morning routines. Small habits can make waking up earlier much easier. The key idea is not forcing the body suddenly, but guiding it gradually. Consistency usually works better than extreme changes.
One of the simplest strategies is keeping a regular sleep schedule. Going to bed and waking up at similar times every day helps the internal clock stabilize. The brain begins to expect sleep at certain hours. That expectation reduces the shock of the morning alarm.
Light is another powerful tool. Opening the curtains or stepping outside for sunlight soon after waking up sends a clear signal to the brain. It tells the body that the day has started. That signal helps increase alertness.
Preparing the morning the night before can also help. Simple actions like preparing clothes, organizing breakfast, or planning the first task of the day. Those small preparations reduce decision-making in the morning. The start of the day becomes smoother.
Movement can also activate the body. Some people stretch, take a short walk, or drink a glass of water. These small physical actions wake up the body gently. Energy begins to rise naturally.
And perhaps the most important idea is patience. Changing sleep habits does not happen in one night. The body usually needs several days or even weeks to adjust. Gradual change creates more stable results.
So waking up early is not only about discipline. It involves biology, habits, lifestyle, and environment. When those factors work together, mornings become easier. The struggle slowly disappears.
If you enjoyed today's conversation, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. We share many English listening podcasts about psychology, habits, and everyday life. Your support helps the channel grow, and it motivates us to create more episodes.
And we'd love to hear from you. Are you a morning person or a night person? Tell us in the comments about your morning routine. Your experiences might help other listeners too.
Thanks for listening today. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.